Hello, Pokemon trainers. Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video here on iStarly TV. Today I want to talk about the brand new Pokemon that was just revealed today. This was officially confirmed now. And this is the coin Pokemon that I talked about in my previous video where I talked about how the Pokemon was basically leaked. Some data miners had found it in Pokemon Go. We saw what it looked like. It looked really cool. And then a couple days later here, this Pokemon has been officially confirmed, and this is Gimmighoul. And I think this is awesome. This is a really cool design. Now, something else I really want to talk about here is a few things regarding the reveal of Gimmighoul. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk about the Pokemon. I think it's really, really cool. It's really tiny. If you look at it, I'm going to post a couple links in the description to a couple of videos that they posted, which shows some gameplay footage of Gimmighoul in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it's really, really tiny. It's like, I think it's only a foot tall, so it's a small Pokemon, and it just looks awesome. I think it looks cool. This Pokemon has two different forms, one of which is called the chest form, which is where it basically hides inside of a chest filled with coins. And then it has what's called the roaming form, which is where it's outside of the chest and it's able to roam around on its own. Now, here's the thing. In the reveal, they showed, again, some gameplay footage both in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but also in Pokemon Go. So, this Pokemon will be obtainable in both Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and in Pokemon Go. But I'm just going to read this little passage from the Gimmighoul article on the official Pokemon website. It says, Gimmighoul's roaming form. It seems that Gimmighoul has a second form, aside from the treasure chest form, called roaming form Gimmighoul. This kind of Gimmighoul doesn't hide in a treasure chest. It's small, carries a single coin on its back, and can be found hiding all over Paldea. However, since they run away as soon as a person approaches, it seems not a single trainer in Paldea has ever managed to catch one. So that brings us to the big discussion about this Pokemon. Now, before we get there, actually, I quickly want to talk about, this reveal. I think they had a little kind of reveal on the Pokemon website where there was like a chest, and throughout the course of the day, like in the past couple days, you could click on it or something and like different things would happen. It was interactive, and this was their way of officially revealing Gimmighoul, which I think is cool. It's fine. I didn't even look at the website or participate in it because I figured they'd reveal it at some point, so I didn't really pay attention to that, if I'm being honest. But it is cool that they're trying to get people to engage with their reveals and releases of new Pokemon. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about here is they had a little story in one of the videos, which I thought was kind of cool, and it talked about a little girl finding a Gimmighoul. She followed a trail of coins. She found a mysterious treasure chest. She started filling it with coins. She counted to 1,000, and then she saw Gimmighoul inside the chest or something like that. Now, anyways, it sounds like the only way that we will be able to get Gimmighoul's roaming form is via Pokemon Go. Because they announced at the end of this trailer that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Go would be able to be connected to one another starting in 2023. They didn't say which month. They never do, because they don't want us to have expectations for it coming out on a certain day, and then if they can't meet that date, then they have to, I don't know, then, they look bad or whatever. So they usually just tell us the general time frame. But they said if you connect Pokemon Go to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, basically, it sounds like you will be able to transfer a roaming form Gimmighoul from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Which means, it sounds to me, and I looked all over the internet, I kind of Googled it, I looked at what other reputable Pokemon sources are talking about here. None of this is officially confirmed here, but what we do know is you can catch Gimmighoul in Scarlet and Violet, but so far, we only know for certain that you can catch the treasure chest form of Gimmighoul in Scarlet and Violet. It does, in the video, it shows a trainer throwing a Pokeball at a chest form Gimmighoul and catching it. So we know you can get Gimmighoul in Scarlet and Violet, but the roaming form, it specifies that no one in Paldea has ever captured one, And, you know, maybe our trainer will be the first, but this is really reminding me of, this is really giving Melmetal. If you remember Meltan and Melmetal, these Pokemon were for a time only obtainable in Pokemon Go, and you had to collect 400 Meltan candies to evolve it into Melmetal. And then from there, the only game you could transfer it to at the time was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And you could not evolve. There was no way to evolve Meltan in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Literally no way to evolve Meltan in that game. The only way to get Melmetal, the evolved form, was to evolve it in Pokemon Go. So the only way to get Melmetal in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and now in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, was via Pokemon Go, and I think that is still the case. And this is very reminiscent of that. I know a lot of people have been comparing this Gimmighoul kind of reveal to that. What it sounds like to me is you'll collect coins or something in Pokemon Go, and then once you collect a certain amount of coins or something, you'll like befriend roaming Gimmighoul, which will let you transfer it to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is really interesting to me. I'm going to be honest, I think this is really frustrating to me. I don't play much Pokemon Go personally. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people probably also don't. Personally, I'm one of them who does not play a lot of Pokemon Go. I guess I would be fine playing Pokemon Go to get roaming form Gimmighoul, but it sounds like a grind. When we had to get Melmetal originally when it first came out in Pokemon Go, it was a real grind, especially for someone like me who doesn't play the game very often. And I know there are probably people who, can get whatever they want in Pokemon Go because they play all the time and they know all the ins and outs and everything. But I don't know. I understand kind of why they're doing this, because it's like, oh, we want people to play Pokemon Go so that they can pay money, so that they're more likely to pay money when they're playing Pokemon Go. And, if people are playing our app, Pokemon Go, then that's good for us, right? And then we can connect it to Scarlet and Violet, and it makes sense to do it that way. But I don't know. I don't love this. I do not love this detail. And they do also just say, please wait for future announcements to hear all about their research results. So basically, they revealed Gimmighoul. They revealed its 2 forms, which is really cool. And that's about it. They did not officially reveal how to get the roaming form, though it is starting to sound a lot like the only way to get roaming form Gimmighoul is through Pokemon Go. And maybe I'm wrong. I could be very wrong. That's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to talk about that most of all, but I also do want to talk about Gimmighoul's design, because I do think it's a really cool design. I like this Pokemon a lot. I love the name also, by the way. It's a really fun name to say, Gimmighoul. It's so cool. Like, you think that they've run out of ideas for Pokemon and Pokemon names, and then they come out with something like this that just fits so perfectly. So let me know in the comments what you think about Gimmighoul, what you think about its design, what you think about the possibility that the only way to obtain the roaming form of Gimmighoul is by playing Pokemon Go, and we won't be able to obtain roaming form Gimmighoul in Scarlet and Violet until 2023. And we don't know which month, so it could be January, it could be February, it could be even later than that. Yeah, let me know in the comments. I'm really interested in hearing what people think about this overall. Oh, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but Gimmighoul is a ghost type Pokemon. Maybe if you couldn't tell. Now it's interesting because they reveal chest form Gimmighoul and it says type ghost, and it says its ability is rattled. And then for the roaming form Gimmighoul, when it's next to where it says type, it has question marks, and next to ability it has question marks. So it might have a different type. It might have a different ability in its roaming form. I would imagine it would. And again, the only way to get it might just be Pokemon Go. So thank you very much for watching. We are less than 2 weeks away from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's release. As of recording this video, these last 12 days, I think are going to go by really, really fast. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Please critical hit that like button. I'll know. And also click that hit that bell notification icon as well, so you can get notifications. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very soon.